When you're invited to an outdoor picnic or barbecue, what do your family and friends ask you to bring? A dessert? A side dish? An appetizer? In my case, from Memorial Day to Labor Day, they put me in charge of the deviled eggs. What makes my deviled egg recipe extraordinary? Let's get started and find out. When it comes to breaking eggs, fried, scrambled, poached, most cooks do a pretty good job with it. But when it comes to hard cooking or hard boiling eggs in the shell, a lot of people run into a lot of trouble. A perfectly hard cooked egg has a tender white and a creamy yellow flaky center. No one likes a rubbery white with a greenish gray ring around the yolk. For the perfect hard cooked egg, never boil eggs, barely simmer them, and do not overcook them. Start with a shallow pot, a single layer of eggs, and cold water. Turn your stovetop on high and bring it to a simmer, not a boil. And when you reach a simmer, keep the simmer. It's going to depend on the size of the egg how long you let it go on. Jumbo eggs, 11 minutes. Extra large eggs, 10 minutes. And large eggs, 9 minutes. Drain them under cold water, crack and peel them within 3 minutes, and you're going to have perfectly hard-cooked eggs. In a perfect world, a dozen hard-cooked eggs would crack and peel perfectly. But that's not always the case. So I always cook an extra 2 or 3 because you get these eggs with the ragged edges or the yolk isn't quite in the center. You can save these eggs and chop them up for tuna salad, potato salad, egg salad, or you can use the yolks to just make a little bit of extra filling for your deviled eggs. I've taken all the centers out of my eggs, and a dozen eggs is going to give me 2 dozen deviled eggs. I've added all of the creamy, beautiful centers in there into the food processor. I'm adding about 3/4 of a cup of mayonnaise. I can always go back and add a little bit more mayonnaise at the end if I'd like my filling to be a little creamier. I'm adding 2 to 3 tablespoons of horseradish mustard, which is what's going to make my deviled eggs deviled. Some white pepper and sea salt, about 1/4 teaspoon each. 2 tablespoons of fresh dill, and I love adding dill to deviled eggs because I usually make deviled eggs all summer long, and I have this in my garden. Put the lid on the machine. And I'm going to process this for about a minute. That's looking great. And now at the very end, one of my secrets is to add 2 tablespoons of melted salted butter, which is going to make these really rich and creamy. It's time to fill our deviled eggs. Of course, you can just spoon the filling into your deviled eggs, but I like mine to look really elegant. So what I've done is I've put about half of my filling in a pastry bag fitted with a star tip. You can use the clipped out corner of a food storage bag as well, and I'm just going to start filling my centers. This is so much fun to do, and they look beautiful. Let's straighten him out a little bit. it's time for me to reload my pastry bag, and when I finish these, it's time to eat. Culinarily, the word devil describes spicy food or hot and spicy food. To devil means to mix food with spicy food. Exactly. For these and all of my recipes, just go to my website.